Iran has issued fresh conditions for reopening the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz, making it clear that a proposed shipping agreement with Oman alone will not be enough to restore normal traffic. Tehran says that the waterway will remain closed until the United States accepts a broader set of political, military, and economic demands. And the development comes amid continuing tensions between Iran and the US and growing concerns over the safety of commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical route for global energy supplies. Notably, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said that Tehran and Oman are very close to reaching an agreement on a new shipping arrangement for the strait. However, he made it clear that such an agreement would not automatically lead to the reopening of the waterway. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, also known as IRGC, has also rejected the idea that reopening the strait is simply a matter between Iran and Oman. Iranian officials say that the waterway will reopen only after Washington accepts Tehran's conditions, and Iran wants the United States to permanently end threats and military action against Iran and its regional allies. Tehran is also demanding the withdrawal of US naval and air forces involved in the blockade of Iranian ports, compensation for damage it says was caused during the conflict, the lifting of US sanctions, and the unconditional release of the frozen Iranian assets. Iran has also called for an end to what it describes as US interference in regional negotiations. And Tehran's position is that the future of commercial shipping cannot be separated from the wider military and political confrontation with Washington. Meanwhile, Oman is continuing its mediation efforts, and Tehran and Muscat are working on a new protocol to govern commercial shipping through the waterway. Iran has said that the previous traffic separation system is no longer acceptable and is discussing a temporary route, while technical and legal issues surrounding a permanent arrangements are resolved. The United States, however, has a different position. Washington wants commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz to resume without any restrictions. A US official said that Washington expects Iran and Oman to reach an agreement restoring commercial shipping, after which the United States would lift its blockade of Iranian ports. The official also stressed that US actions would depend on Iran fulfilling its commitments, and control over shipping remains one of the biggest points of disagreement. Iran wants greater authority over arrangements governing vessels entering and leaving the Persian Gulf, while Washington is opposed to any deal that would give Tehran unrestricted control over access to the waterway. The importance of the Strait of Hormuz makes the dispute a global concern, and the narrow waterway connects the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. Well, before the conflict, around one-fifth of the world's oil and gas shipments pass through the strait, and any prolonged disruption could affect global energy supplies, raise shipping and insurance costs, and put additional pressure on oil prices. Tensions have also increased following reports of attacks on commercial vessels, and the United Arab Emirates said an 18 NOC, that is ADNOC affiliated vessel, was targeted by an Iranian missile while transiting the Strait of Hormuz. No casualties were reported in the incident, and ADNOC has separately said that several of its vessels have been attacked since the beginning of the conflict, with one crew member reportedly killed and others injured. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian has indicated that Tehran remains open to diplomacy and sees an opportunity for the negotiations. However, he has also stressed that Iran will not compromise on what it considers the rights of the Iranian people. Well, for now, the major obstacle remains the wide gaps between Iran and the US. Tehran wants the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz to be a part of a broader settlement involving an end to US military action, withdrawal of American forces, compensation, sanctions relief, and the release of frozen Iranian assets. Washington, meanwhile, wants unrestricted commercial shipping and expects Iran to fulfill its commitment before taking further steps. Well, with Oman continuing its mediation efforts, the coming negotiations could determine whether commercial traffic through the Strait of Hormuz can return to normal. But Iran's latest position is clear, that Iran-Oman shipping agreement alone will not reopen the strategically vital waterway. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.